I live 5 blocks away from Lincoln Place, and I regret not buying here when I could afford it, but I can't now. This block has now won Brooklyn's greenest block competition 4 times by the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. So I walked over to find out what their system is. I know I'm talking to you if you've ever looked at a neighborhood and just thought, I should have bought there. Maybe it was the gardens. Maybe the block parties were popping. The people were clearly having something figured out that you did not. Maybe you're building something now and you're wondering if you're doing it right. I'm here to tell you, you are. Because here's the thing. This block didn't win once. They won in 2019, 2022, 24, and 2026. 4-time championships. The same block, same neighbors. At some point, it stops being about the green thumb and it starts to be about the process. So I walked over to Lincoln Place between New York and Notion Avenue. It's only 5 blocks from where I live in Brooklyn. I'm talking to whoever will talk back. I'm looking at what they're planting and how they're organizing and what they did differently than every other Brooklyn block. And honestly, the lesson isn't about gardening. It really isn't. It's about what happens when a community is building a system that outlasts any individual gardener like you and I. I really appreciate you from stopping through today, because what this means to me as a solo gardener, a black male living in Brooklyn, is that when you apply good systems and great design, you can have whatever you want. I'm Stephon Torrence. I split my time between Brooklyn and a 1.4 acre property in the Catskills where I'm building a garden that runs itself instead of running me. This channel is about low maintenance gardening, outdoor living, and building systems that give you your weekends back. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Brooklyn is zone 7B, right? Harsh winters, but not so harsh like I get upstate in zone 6A. So stick with me. Come on. Let me show you exactly what I like over here on this block. Okay. Like, whoa, no, this is pretty. Let me show you this. Look how pretty that is. So that looks like they have some planter boxes up against a wrought iron. Obviously, I'm a commuter too, so my bike can definitely be locked up, but I love the way that plant is thrilling and filling and spilling over. We are not quite at sunset, so this is a really good opportunity to take some inspiration. Coleus, some hosta, shade. Another beautiful, and I love how they're, for all of my New Yorkers out there that want to understand how you can recycle your skateboard, check that out. That's super cool. I love that white and that purple there. That's really pretty. Okay, let's keep going. More coleus, and I just love how they're incorporating artwork, Keith Haring inspired planter right on the streets. The brownstones are beautiful on this block. Beautiful hydrangea. I don't know which hydrangea that is, but it smells lovely. I have the Incredible proven winner upstate. Oh, this is lovely. And I can see exactly why the Brooklyn Botanic Garden has, you know, has given this block and this community and the neighbors their props, because the way they're going off and the way they're showing off how they decorate a Brooklyn stoop, a Brooklyn flower box, large planters is definitely inspiration for me. This is so pretty. Petunias. So I'm sure during the day, this block gets a lot of sun, right? But for right now, we are coming into early evening, so sometime around today, I will be happier than a bee on a sunflower. Oh, okay. Susan Malayas. That's pretty. Okay, so obviously they have a lot of nice family here. So this is someone's dinosaur garden, which is so fun. And that's the thing about gardening. If you are watching this video and you see, that's fun too. If you see that, hey, I like what they're doing here, you don't have to have traditional pots. Someone actually just has, someone is using a steel barrel that they painted, inspired by the New York City ferry. Big apple goes green. Love that. People are really playing around with color here. They're playing around with art. That's a tin can with a bee with plastic wings. They're using different textures. They're being super creative with how they are displaying their plants. This is a really cool drum, so this might be a music lover. And that's what New York is about. New York is a melting pot of culture and people with ideas and inspiration. And for those of you who's never been to New York, I really hope that you get an opportunity to come on over to Lincoln Place, because their sweet potato vines are vining. Okay. And I just want to show you, if you do not think that I'm telling you what it is or dropping you some game, see that. This block has entered the contest, Greenest Block in Brooklyn, by the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. Right? Look at that. This is about gardening. Criteria for judging includes level of participation, variety of suitability of plants, care of street trees, color, creativity, a total visual effect, use of native plants, soil condition, and use of mulch and other good horticultural practices. This sign is perennial. Use it again when you need to enter next year. That's the thing. It's not about just planting. This block has horticultural guidelines. It's not about like, hey, I just want to be in the contest. You have to earn. How you doing? Like, nice block. Yeah. So I like how the community is telling people, do not cut the flowers. You can admire the garden, you can respect the plants and the pollinators, but you're not gonna cut our flowers. Look at that. Bees love it here. So many good pollinators. Another cool bee lover. Tin can with plastic wings, mirroring. Okay, Finally, for those of you who know me and what I love most, more than anything other than a Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie from Walmart, is a conifer. So this juniper here has some berries on it. I don't really know what that means. I'm still learning about that, but what I will tell you is that thing is popping. Look at that. So again, this is a really clever way to pay respect to iconic visuals of New York, the New York taxi. They're promoting cleaner transport and a greener future. Love this styling and variety of perennials and shrubs, trees, and a conifer. That's a beautiful, beautiful display. This is another practice of random acts of gardening by using a wheelbarrow as a planter. Don't hate, propagate. That's cool. Sedums. Oh wow, so nice here. People really like their coleus, and let me actually show you here. So this is a really cool showcase of music lovers. When the Brooklyn Chamber players go green, music, nature, and community. I love this. So they do outdoor performances, they transform their neighborhood streets and gardens into vibrant concert spaces, sustainable practice, community connections. Here it's all about making music accessible, local, and rooted in everyday beauty of Brooklyn. How cool is that? So think really cool orchestras happening right there, side by side, this beautiful display. Listen, if you are enjoying my content, I ask that you press subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers by 2027. We are in summer 2026. I am coming to you every Sunday to give you my view, perspective, authentic voice in the space of gardening, home, and the outdoors. You know, I am a New York boy. You know, I've been here since 1998, originally from Delaware. So when I uncover my inspiration, right, like somewhere like Lincoln Place, and I'm coming here to you, it's because it's valuable. It's an opportunity for you to see what New York is doing, how we planting, how we showing up in this space, right? Because our resources are strong here, and so is our creativity. I am so honored to just have walked the Lincoln Place block, and I'm really, really thankful that I can show it here to you. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and you should definitely come by and check me out next Sunday, because I think the neighbors are coming through and they're like, get off my block. You don't live here, you live 5 blocks away. All right, so I'll see you I'll see you soon. All right, see you in the dirt.